Hi, my name is Laurette Lee. Welcome to Give Permission to Ask Questions. Today I have a special guest. It's Fong. So 30-second elevator pitch away. Tell everyone who you are. Sell yourself aimlessly or the best possible case scenario.
Sounds good. So first of all, thank you very much for having me. My name is Fong Chua. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also a best-selling author. And every single day, I help others unlock the potentials and guide them to succeed, whether it's to increase their credibility, expand their exposure, or create multiple streams of income for them because everybody wants to improve, everybody wants to grow, and some people just don't want to be in that a 9 to 5 job. So that's what I do.
No one wants to be in the 9 to 5. If you want to be in the 9 to 5, you're lying to yourself because eventually the 9 to 5 gets boring.
When people come up to me and goes, no, I love what I do, I absolutely love it, and then I ask them, well, if you weren't paid for it, would you still be doing it? And you go, nope. I'm like, then you don't love it as much as you think.
I would do this work even if I didn't get paid for it. Matter of fact, I'm not getting paid for it. Just kidding, I am. But it's coming, right? It's the slow play of the
Yeah.
entrepreneurship. Like, do I get paid every Friday? No. But like sometimes I get paid on Mondays. Sometimes I get paid on Sundays. Sometimes I get paid on Saturdays. It's like way more exciting this way is because I don't know when I'm going to get paid, but I get paid way more and way often compared to like the 9 to 5. So today I wanted the topic to be give permission to ask questions like why do people feel unworthy? And if you're talking like peak potential success and why people like can come to you, we kind of have to talk about the first steps of life, which is sometimes you feel unworthy. Sometimes you feel like you're not enough. And that's the dragon, that's the beast within us. I guess like let's just base first question it. When was the first time you felt unworthy, Fong?
I think when we are there's lots of times everybody else feels unworthy about something. They're too afraid to go, hey, I want that or I deserve something, and that's because of the ramifications of what's going to happen later. People might go, no, you don't deserve that. You might get the backlash from family, friends, and it comes down to because of who you surround yourself with. What kind of environment did you grow up in? Are you growing up in an environment where everybody goes, no, you should have more, you should get more? But we probably are grown up in an environment where our parents go, no, save that for somebody else. Or no, you don't need that, or you don't need to have all that stuff. You only need this much. So from a very early age, we're already thinking of we don't need everything and we don't need to have everything. And so when we go and approach stuff and things are coming to us, we might go, oh, maybe we don't need that. Maybe I don't deserve that. And we push it away. So it comes down to how we were brought up. It comes down to how our parents kind of taught us how to survive, kind of thing. So when it comes down to are we worthy? Of course we're worthy. It's just that we need to start developing that mindset to think of the fact that we are worthy of what we go achieve.
And again, this is like a huge topic. So we're going to like scratch the surface because it goes with like worthiness of success, worthiness of credibility, worthiness of accomplishments. And like what I just became like international bestseller, like big whoop, yay. But like when you hit that peak, then you hit the fall. And I find that no one talks about the fall sometimes, right? You're guaranteed to hit a success if you want to hit a success. You're guaranteed to be worthy if you want to be worthy of that. But what happens after you've hit that, right? Then there's a crash and then you do feel unworthy because you're like, oh, that was super unfulfilling to hit that dream. Dang it. So I don't know where my question is in that, but I know there's a question somewhere. So like let's go to value added, right? Because I know that's where you wanted to go anyways. So within worthiness and being unworthy, where's the value add to like, how can you help someone feel worthy after they feel unworthy, after they've hit like an awesome peak? What next? I guess is my question.
Yeah, I think that's the what next is usually the biggest hurdle that lots of people go to because they build up so much hype. They go, oh, once I get this accomplishment, it's all gonna be great. Once I get this designation, it's all gonna be great. And then once you get there, you realize, huh, now what? And then you feel like, okay, I accomplished everything I want to accomplish. I don't know where else to go from there. So then they go, well, maybe that's not what I wanted, or maybe I didn't deserve that recognition and stuff like that. So the thing is, what is next? And for myself, after I got my first property, I thought, okay, once I get my first property, I'm gonna feel great. Then my next number was, I'm gonna get 10 properties. And then once I got 10 properties, like, I still feel that something's missing. And then my next number was like, I think it was 20, and like, still doesn't feel any different. So the thing is, you keep on asking for, okay, what's next? And in order to do that, you surround yourself with other like-minded individuals. You surround yourself with people who are driven to succeed, driven to want to accomplish more and become champions in their own right. Having that coach, being able to coach you along and showing you, hey, this is what else you can do. So for myself, my background is an engineer. And it's one of those things where you work a 9 to 5, and that's all I was ever taught. I didn't have any background in business. My family wasn't in business. So that's the only kind of environment that I grew up with. So then I go, well, obviously I don't deserve more money because I'm not worth that much money. I'm not worth the business mindset. I'm not worth those kind of connections until somebody shows you, no, that is possible. And that's what the coach was for me. They go, hey, look, there's a whole new world out there. You could do real estate, you could do business, you could do network marketing, you do XYZ, whatever it is you want. So then after I started getting into real estate, then my coach goes, well, the next thing you should do is write a book. I'm like, okay, write a book. So then after I finished writing a book, you go, now what's next? He goes, well, you should start speaking. I'm like, okay, I'll go on stage and start speaking. Now what? So that coach kept on coaching me along, challenged me with other things. And that coach also goes, no, you deserve all this. You worked hard. You put in the work. You made the connections. You've become that person that you've always wanted to be. But here's what's next. Mm-hmm. Okay? And every step of the way, if you put in the time, the effort, and you build those relationships, then you're worthy of that, all that hard work that you put into it. And you're worthy of all that stuff that you bring into you. Because all that stuff wouldn't happen if in between you're not adding value to other people. Because if you're accomplishing all that and you're being a jerk the entire time, then you're going to push people away. Yeah. People don't want to coach you. People don't want to know you. People don't want to work with you. Mm-hmm. And therefore, that type of success won't actually grow. So indirectly, you're actually adding value to other people. And the more value that you add to other people, the more you feel value and the more that you feel worthy of all the success that you've actually accomplished. Mm-hmm.
The best, like, I live in the here and now. I believe the present is a gift, right? So like the what next is awesome. And I totally agree with, like, we've accomplished our dreams. What's next? I 100%, I'm like, yeah, because we got things to do, people to see. But like when a win isn't a win, that's when I have a problem. Do you know what I mean? So like, hey, just became international bestseller. What? It feels empty. So how do we win when we've won? And I think it's the here. I know it's like, what, Laurette, are you saying? But like, take the moment. And so this is, I was going to mantras, right? So my mantra in life is I am enough and I am abundant. So when I play with those where I'm like, I don't need anything else. I'm completely full in who I am right now in this moment. That helps me take the win. That helps me take the worthiness. Because I'm just like, worthiness is such an abstract term. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, what does that mean? Worthiness is energy, and it's energy of self, and like, who are you and what are you putting out into the world? I had it like a weird, what's the word? Encouragement like a couple days ago that was like, Laurette, what's your secret in life? Like, why are you so amazing? I'm like, it's the energy around. And I'm like, and it's also the mystery behind having a positive attitude, right? So like most people, not everyone has a positive attitude. Most people aren't waking up and being like, let's slay the day. But like when I wake up, I'm like, let's slay the day. So like there's this secret and there's a nice little air about life of like a positive attitude or mindset work or like what's next. So many people live in comfortability, and like that's an illusion. And by the way, I miss being comfortable. I miss the illusion of like just enough. Do you know what I mean? But when you're shooting for abundance and when you're shooting for like grace, glory, like a mind-blowing life, you're living in like crazy times. And I don't mean like COVID times. I mean like your life is like mind-blowing because you're doing crazy things in life. And I always, my theme is better or bitter. So like, what life are you creating? So I guess, what life are you creating with your worthiness, Fong?
Mm. I'm creating a life where I'm able to add value to as many people as I can and to impact as many people as I can. Zig Ziglar says, if you want to ever achieve all the stuff that you ever wanted, then help other people achieve what they want,
Mhm.
right? So those, and for me, like it gives me lots of joy to see people who I've helped out, who I've coached and guided, come back and go, thank you very much for changing my life. Thank you very much for helping me get that first property. Or thank you very much for showing me the way of becoming an author, because that's something I've never dreamed of, right? So that's what I aim to do, and that's what my purpose is, because I want to be able to make the world a better place and being able to help people achieve more and more success and maybe unlock their potentials is why I have that saying. You were talking about winning and when you feel like you're not winning. I guess from my standpoint, there isn't ever a scenario that you don't win.
Yeah.
Win is always a term that people kind of coin, that you have to be first in something. But if you look at it from a perspective of what did you learn from this? What did you get out of this experience? Even though if it was the worst experience in the world, you've gained something,
Mhm.
right? I always go back to my first eviction where I'm trying to kick somebody out, or the experience of a very unfortunate situation with a tenant at one of my properties. It sucked. It did not feel good. It was very, very troublesome. It was very frustrating. But then when you go, wait a minute, I've experienced it. Now I know how to deal with it next time. And plus, I could take that experience and show somebody else how to deal with that experience if it comes to them, then that's value add.
Mhm.
So I've won from the experience standpoint, and I've gained knowledge and more wisdom so that I could help other out people so that they don't have to go through the same thing I've gone through. So that's how I look at it. Everything that's a failure, everything that didn't go according to plan, that's success. That's success training. You're training yourself with all this mishap, all this frustration, so that you could get to where you want to be. And then after a while, you have great stories to share. And people go, wow, that's amazing. I'm like, yeah, it sucked, but it's a lot of fun to tell those stories. Like I had a few stories about tenants that you won't even believe.
Right?
Like I've dealt with gang shootings once.
Yeah.
I've dealt with like people running off. I had this one tenant tell me that, so rumors has it that they were fixing ATVs in my living room.
Oh no.
And the person goes, no, 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 it's one of those, those toys, those power wheels, electric power wheels where we're fixing it for a child. No, it wasn't. There's like grease all over my carpets and stuff like that, right? So there's lots of stories I can share, and it's fun sharing them because I see like the expressions from other people's faces and all that kind of stuff. But I also get to share that knowledge too. So it's always a win. You always learn from your failures. And when you talk about the energy and how do you have that positive mindset, for myself, I usually ask the question, what's the very first thing that you put into your mind every single morning?
Mhm.
Like the very first thing, is it your alarm clock?
Right?
So if it's your alarm clock, first of all, think about what are all the other things that associates to alarms,
Ooh, like time, death.
right?
all
Fire
that.
alarms, burglar alarms,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. It's all negative. So you're already starting your day off with a negative connotation.
Mhm.
And the first thing you want to do is chuck that alarm clock across the room or turn it off or whatnot. So the very first thing that I've done when it comes to that was, okay, let's change that annoying tone to be one of the most inspirational songs I could ever think of,
Rocky?
right? So I have a
I had to
uh,
find it.
do you know Transformers?
Yeah.
The 1980s
Yeah,
movie.
obviously we're the same
All
age.
right. So they have the song The Touch. I wake up to you got the touch, you got the power, yeah. So that's what I wake up to every single morning.
I love
I
it.
sometimes I bring up the analogy. I'm like, if I know you're a Green Lantern fan, and I can't think of a Green Lantern theme song, but for some
brightest
people,
day in blackest night, no evil shall escape my
yeah,
power.
can you imagine having
Lantern's light.
having that as your alarm? You wake up to that every single morning. You're geared to go.
Yeah.
Right. My wife, we actually went to a Comic-Con conference
Yes.
and Will Friedle was there.
Yes.
So we were walking by, and I go, "Do you know who he is?" She goes, "Who?" I'm like, "That's Batman Beyond. That's Terry McGinnis." And she goes, "Cool." And I'm like, "You want to go talk to him?" So there was no lineup at the time, so we walked up and just talked to him. And she's one of the bravest people I know. She walked up to him and goes, "You know what? I've always had this dream of having Batman say something inspirational to me." And he goes, like in that deep, raspy voice of Terry McGinnis, like, yeah. And she goes, "Can you record it?" So she just slid the phone over. He goes, "Quick, before anybody sees," and records this message for her. She wakes up to Batman every single morning.
Darn right. You have
Right?
to have the ask. You have to understand your values. And so, like, the hardest question you can ever ask yourself is, what do you want? So this is why I like the breaking moments. Like, I like the moments of like unworthiness, because it's like, why am I feeling unworthy? Right. But when you get the breaking moments, you can have the phoenix moments, you can have the fire moments, you can like add resiliency to the mix and be like, yo, this didn't work for me, but this works for me. And you better believe like mantras, intention settings, gratitudes, blessings, grace, like blessing other people, i.e., your value add. That's amazing, because not everyone in life goes, "Oh, I bless you today." And I have no idea what I'm doing when I say I bless you today, but like I mean it from my heart and I want you to have an amazing life. And people are like, "There's something different about her." I'm like, yeah, it's because I genuinely want you to have an amazing life, because I have an amazing life and I believe in value add as well. But I also believe in like, let's talk about the shitty moments so we can get it out of the way. Like breaking pattern beliefs are huge. And I can't believe like every day it's like, oops, I'm just dealing with this issue right now. Just the inner demons are real and they're everywhere within you. So I
But
love
those demons can be slayed when you put yourself with other people
it.
who are full of energy, who are geared to be driven to do something with their life and to impact people and add value and all that stuff. When you surround yourself with those people, it's so contagious. You can't help but feel their energy, and you can't help but be motivated to do something, right? So the more you are talking with those people, the more you hear those people speak, the more those inner demons get hidden away and melts away and dies off. So that's what I do all the time.
Right. And really, really, really successful people, the 1% in life, actually have 2 business coaches, if not 3. And that's the interesting thing that I learned like 2 years ago. I'm like, oh, it's not just one business coach. It's just not just like one person that helps me along the way. It's a tribe of people. Like that's why I joined Syndicate, but I'm because I believe in like the tribe. I believe
Yeah.
in people that are intentional about growth mindset. So if you're feeling unworthy, hang out with people that believe in growth mindset. Like be broken, but be vulnerable enough to be like, excuse me, I need help. Like the ask is the most important thing that you can like ask. And I also found out in business, the really good people in business will always ask, how can I help you? I'm like, this is different. It's not every day that people ask me, how can I help you? But like running my own company, the people I really like and the people that I do business with, how can I help you? They ask the ask first. But like, what happens if you were to ask the question first of like, how can I help you? So,
And generally, when you talk to the people that you want to learn from and people who are willing to teach, they're people who want to help you succeed. They're willing to share their darkest moments. They're willing to share their most successful moments because they know that those darkest moments and the successful moments are paths and actually stories that will help you overcome your demons and help you overcome your challenges and all that kind of stuff. And as a coach and as a leader, my concept or my goal is for me to coach you to the point where you don't need me anymore, to show you how to lead so that you don't need me to lead you anymore, because I want you to grow. However, I'm also very competitive. And because I have my own coaches
Yeah.
and their goals are the same thing. So I'm always elevating myself so that I can help my clients elevate themselves as much as I can, so that they won't catch up to me. But I want them to, right? So and if they did, I'll go, no worries. Here, I'll introduce you to my coach.
Mhm. Oh yeah. It's all about the network. So my programming is the theory of career development, right? But the practice of career development is feelings. It's like the talk that no one wants, but like you have to have, you know what I mean? So one of my clients graduated and it was like amazing. But my second client in the practice of career development, he's just about done. The class that he's going to do now is questions. So I always ask him questions like during our meetings because I'm the one in charge. I'm the one teaching him, but like I stuck in the practice questions where they now become in control because they have all the questions. I don't believe the person answering the question has all the power in the relationship. I believe the person asking the questions is the one that has actual control. So it's just really excited because I'm really excited about he's going to take control of this session and he's going to like ask me questions because that's what leadership is. That's what synergy is. That's what like playing in life is. You can be both a mentor and a teacher and a learner. So like what does that look like? So play in both arenas. Like be the leader but be the teacher, be the student as well. That's whole body life, that's whole body learning. So
Yeah. I
yay.
think there was that saying where if you want to learn more, you teach, and the more you teach, the more you learn. So
100%.
it's
And like
one of the best ways of doing it, I find.
with me, I don't say I'm a teacher, I'm a facilitator. So you have all the right questions within you. I just have to ask the right questions to give you the right answers because the right answers are always within you. So that's one of the reasons why I really like what I do because I'm like, I see the little spark moments within you where I'm like, I helped you get to that, but you sparked by yourself. So I love
And that's the most effective way,
it.
right? Because people don't want you to go, hey, you need to do this, this, and this, right?
No.
And then they feel like, hey, who are you to tell me what to do?
Yeah.
But you ask them the right questions and you kind of know what they're gonna say. Eventually they can't rebuttal,
Right. Because
right?
they're the ones
Because
that
they go, wait a minute, I said that, I answered that question. So if I rebuttal or if I go against it, I'm going against myself, right? So it's one of those things where a good facilitator, a good coach are able to ask the right questions so that their clients and their students could get to the right answers by themselves.
and this is why I give permission to ask questions. So any last sage advice, questions, comments, concerns, Fong?
I would just say, whatever you want to do, anybody who wants to achieve anything, surround yourself with those people.
Mhm.
Talk to the people who have done it, talk to people who are actually doing it, and surrounding yourself with those people who are highly, highly energetic, like yourself. Because if you don't do that, then you're only going to be pulled down by the masses. And unfortunately, news and social media, all that stuff is geared towards the negative. And it's very, very difficult not to get sucked in to that negative energy. So if you are able to surround yourself with those people who are highly, highly positive, highly, highly driven to succeed, then there's no way that you cannot succeed as well. So that's what my recommendation is.
Perfect. Thanks, Fong, and everyone have a good day.